Hi everyone, this is me again. In this occasion, I'm going to talk with you about something that is um, very tricky, but at the same time is going to blow many of your expectations because it's a topic that even though many of you are going to sadly underestimate, like the last one. I don't know if you hear me. Okay, yes, you can hear me. I had a video where I showed you a formula which I can't tell you for where I took the 204. But being honest, if you are a good chemical person, you will get it. Okay? What we're gonna today review is very cool. Is how to measure the the deepness of an object. Okay, deepness between two sides. Let's say. Okay, you see. Okay, let's take an example as an example. Let's see. You see. No, this one no. Let's take this one. You see this one, this image. Okay, we're gonna just try to interpret this image on on the right way of the deepness. Let's say that you have to calculate the deepness of of your glass. This one, let's say, or let's say that you have to calculate the deepness of of a I don't know, box, a little box, or the deepness of of I don't know the distance between two numbers. They are here. That they have a deepness in there. Taking in consideration, for example, my chest, or taking in consideration the camera. Listen, that's the distance. The deepness is the distance between the 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 axis of y, which is the axis that is in the horizontal side, and also the difference which exists between the two objects. That's it. We're gonna see that. Okay. You will see and you will say, okay, that's kind of fun, but for what it is going to be useful. Being honest, if you understand this is going to open your mind to even be able to create games or things like that in the future. But if you don't pay attention, maybe you won't be able because this is going to open your mind to dimensions. This is the world of the dimensions. That's why this belongs to physics. Okay, this is let's put here that this is the y axis. Okay, axis of y and axis of x. And let's say that the object is this one. Mhm. Let's see. Let's say that this is one object and this is another object. Okay, we can even put it the same size. Let's just copy and paste just for not having like the problem of comparison or something like that. Just copy and paste, but they are gonna be one on one side and on the other side. And believe it or not, this is the weakness. But now you would say, okay, Reina, but can we calculate it? That's the interesting part. The interesting part is this. Look, all the things that you see on the x-axis are actually like the landscape. And all the things that you see on the y-axis are like the highway landscape. When I say highway landscape, it's something that is from the bottom to the top. Which top? The top of something that can be even unlimited or can have a limit. So, what we're going to do now is just to take this and we're going to put here the numbers. This one, no, it's not this one. Let's copy and paste this here. As many people like to copy and paste. I don't like much of that, but I do it just when it comes to show you something because I don't want anyone to feel like if I am being selfish or I don't know. Oops, which I erased everything. I can believe it. Let me see. Oh, and we started it without the intention. Okay, let's start again. That's okay. When I go here. Oh, that's not the the size of that I want. Here is this one. No, it's, yes, but it's oh my goodness. Let's see. Yes, there you go. And there you go. Now X. Now you would say, but why you persist, trainer? Because this is a topic that is very important. I was playing basketball, for example, yesterday, and I shoot a shot that was incredibly like magic, you know. But being honest, I was meditating on it, and I said, why that shot from the 3 points was so clean and nice. And I was thinking on that, and I realized that deepness is something that can be explained. And if you understand it, then it is something that with the time is something that, for example, like cards, is something that you would be able to even explain. And that's better to explain something than just practicing. For example, practicing basketball is cool, is very cool, okay. But to explain everything that it concerns to it is not as easy as it seems. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Now I am going to explain to you the concept of the deepness. So let's see, for example, you see the Y, as I said, is the highway axis, and the X is the landscape axis. It's written. Science will save you, and wisdom will preserve you. So let's put here, let's make a copy paste. Because I don't want, as I said, I don't want anyone to feel like if I am being, I don't know, selfish or something like that. Yes, let's put it bigger. Yes, there you go. And that's one. Let's put just copy and pasting. Let's put here two, one. Oh, you see this two? Let's put it close to the number and like kind of a smaller. No, this one no. Let's leave it like that. We want to find like the super restricted exactly way to have a extremely aligned. That's not easy, you know. But this is going to help you, as I told you before, with games and those things. And if you are good playing games, you will see that even games sometimes they are not completely perfect. You will understand that. Why? Because almost anything in life is perfect. I had a partner that was a developer from mine, and I liked that his law was this simple. He always told me, I understand that there is no code that is perfect. And then when he used to say that, that was like a final sentence for me. Like, okay, Irina, you don't have to take care of everything. Just try to do your best, and that's it. That's what I'm doing as well. Even though sometimes you don't feel and you don't see everything, trust me. maybe the things are not as complicated as they seem. So. But there are people that are more desperate than others. That's something that we have to work upon, and that's something that takes time. If you are a believer of Jesus Christ, being honest, that will help you because um, He is patience more than any human being that you have ever seen. I say it as human being for you to understand because I could say that He's God because He's God, but that's something that I repeat very, very often. So this is the absence of Y, and this is the absence of X. So you see this here? I'm gonna put it smaller. Let's go to here. And I want to put this number two is smaller. Yes, and this number three is smaller, just to see it. You see, this is called how can I say optical fake illusion. It usually happens when you have like two objects and they are two how can I say that? For example, you see these two numbers, okay? You will never know. You will feel that one object is bigger than the other, and that is called in Spanish it has another name, but let's call it just fake illusion or illusion optical um, uh, perception. Okay, fake illusion optical perception, and it can be fixed. Being honest, with the time, if you practice something that I can teach you in another video, but in the arena of my practice of training, that can be fixed. But that is fixed with something that is out of physics itself. Actually, it has physics, but it is more for soldiers and all those things. Let's leave it that in there. Okay, as I said, we're gonna calculate the distance between two objects. Let's do this really, really fast. We're gonna put oops, we're gonna put not the eraser, but a line here. Let's take a line, sorry, a line like this. Let's press the shift up and it's not doing it. Let's put the line and choose the middle one here and then shift and we make the object. Or like, let's try to make a square, let's say. And that's it. We have it. Okay, that's the square. Now you would say, ooh, okay, cool, Reina, but how this is going to help me? Wait for it. Okay, I will explain it to you. Let's put the X here and the Y. Let's leave the X like it. Okay, how this is going to help me? That is going to be a very funny question because with the time you will say, wow, it actually helped me a lot. And it's true. You will say that because I know it because I have seen many things that need this kind of thing. But the sad thing is that in the schools, they don't teach this kind of things. Okay, so the distance and the deepness of an object is as simple as calculating this. Look, we take the number which is 2, 1, 1. Let's just make like subjective distances because in this occasion I'm not gonna make it uh, just like full quality because if I make it with full quality, it will take me more time than the necessary. Okay, from 0, let's say that is a distance 0 to 1.9, let's say. Being honest, this is 1.98 or something like that, but let's say that is 1.9, okay? 1.9. Let's put, okay, let's put this. Oh my goodness. 1 again. Let's put outside in here. 1.9. um, 8, let's say. And there you go. And let's put it smaller. Now, what I'm going to do is super simple. I'm going to take the 1.8, and you would ask me, right now, this was taught to you on the school? No. Okay, 1.8, and that's on the x distance. Okay, and now let's just copy and paste and put um 3 um 3.2 3.2 for example on the y distance. Okay, now that would be, let's say that the formula is this one. Sorry, this one. Distance, or let's say x distance is equal to, why we put x distance? Because it's something that we're gonna multiply. Okay, x distance is equal to um y in potence, I mean elevated by x. As simple as that. But multiply it, let's see, multiply it by the numbers of parameters. And you will say, what? How many parameters are here? Well, it depends on what you are calculating the deepness to. For example, in this occasion, I want the deepness between these two objects and the y-axis. Those are 3 parameters. The first one is 1.8, and the second one is just the negative position, 1.8, and let's put that also we have the negative 1.8, and we're gonna now make the just the, how can I say, we have the y in there, so we don't need anything else. Even though it seems that we need a third parameter, we don't need it because these two parameters are set. Okay, and the first parameter is the centered one. And being honest, I will tell you a thing. You could even make this formula in another way, and it can work as well. Because that's the nice side of physics, that you can make things on one way or in another. But at the end, if it is good, it should give you the same result. The same result. So let's say that x is then 3.2 elevated, or sorry, elevated by no, it's not 3.2. It's yes, 3.2 elevated by 1.8, then multiply it by, if you multiply 1.8 by 1.8, let's make it calc, that is going to be 1.8, let's see, minus 1.8. That's 0. I was imagining that. So that's 0. And in that occasion, as we have here that elevated, it is supposed to be erased then. Then we have 3.2 elevated by 1.8. And let's make it 3.2 elevated by 1.8. That's 14,60637. And 1.8 by 3.2 is the same as, how can I say it? Let's just erase it completely and make it again. So for you that is completely clean, okay? 3.2 elevated by 1.8. Now it is linear. But being honest, this is like just one side of the formula. There is like a, how can I say it? As it has one side on positive and it has another in negative, you should be able to take the side of the positive and the side of the negative, and that's the deepness. But the simplest way of making it is just multiplying the positive side, and that's it. Why? Because how can you say it? When you see something, it is positive, but as the light is going down, for example, then it means that it's negative. So the simplest way is just to focus on the positive side. But the negative side is also needed. But in this occasion, I'm just going to focus on the positive side. But if you're going to make it in the negative also, you would have to make, for example, minor x is equal to 3.2 elevated by minor 1.8. And that's now, that has a result, and this one has a result as well. And you will say, but how? How do you know that right now? That's called algebra. If you have gotten algebra before, you know that this is from algebra. Okay, and let's say 3.2 elevated by 1.8 positive is 8, 11, 4. I don't know if you see the connections of the numbers, but I can see it. 3.2 elevated by minor 1. Sorry, in this case we have to use the parentheses. Okay, 3.2 elevated by minor 1.8. And we close, we were supposed to close here. No, that was not wrong. That was not okay. Let's do it again. 3.2 elevated by minor 1.8. We close it here and we make the result, and it's 0.12. 0.12 32 8, let's say. Why? Because look, if you count, it is repeated 23 and then 3 and then 8. That, being honest, it means that that is important. Those numbers here. If you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if you see the importance, but I see it. And in the future, you will understand. I would even copy here and I would just put it on here, just like that. And that way you will get it faster. And that's it. That's the deepness. Believe it or not, and something that you have to understand also is cool that you see this x here is not x. This here is x, y. X minor y. And that's it. As cool as it looks, as simple as it looks, as well as it is. So see you up in the next video. I almost, my keyboard was almost going out. So see you in the next video, and I hope that you have found this very interesting. Being honest, that with this formula you will be able to do a lot of things. The nice side of this is that You have seen everything explained, and I think that I haven't missed anything. So see you, and remember that Jesus Christ loves you more than anyone else. Bye.